Hello citizens, how is it going? Welcome back. It's finished Newcastle United 3, Manchester City 3. This is the match reaction, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe buttons before we get into it. And now let's jump in. So 3-3, I mean, what can we say about that game? We started off well, to be honest with you. A wonderful, like 50-yard 1-2 between Gundogam and Bernardo Silva got us up and rolling. Nice and easy. Gundogam with a wonderful finish past Pope. And from there, you're thinking to yourself, okay, we're fired up, we're going for it, you know, and it's going to go well. But I never really fell into the trap that a lot of people have over the weekend telling me it's going to be 3-0 or 4-0 or 5-0 to City. I never saw it going that way. And pre-match, in the interview with Sky Sports, Howe said he was going to play a higher line and stop us getting them space while playing wide. That's exactly what Newcastle did. And I'm going to be honest, when Almiron scored in the 28th minute, it had been coming. They'd had a few chances. It just hadn't pulled off. You know, they just missed the chance or poor pass. But our defence was getting run ragged with Walker and Cancelo pushed in the middle. You had Almiron and you had St. Maximin with so much space on the wings, on the left and the right. And when they were attacking Ake, Diaz and Stones and Diaz, it was a nightmare. They couldn't live with them. And, you know, they got the goal through Almiron and it was deserved. I thought the whole team at that point were playing pretty poor. I thought Roger was having a nightmare in the middle. You know, but he was getting bullied. Even though you had Walker and Cancelo in there with him, you had Jolinton running at him. You had Wilson dropping back as well to help out. You're seeing Maximin all over the place. Roger was just being outnumbered and he could do nothing about it. Because another thing we were doing with, because we started with Gundogan and De Bruyne in the middle and we had Bernardo Silva on the right. And what was happening for me was that when we had the ball, Gundogan and De Bruyne would push up and that would leave Roger in, which meant more, you know, more plays on him. And I know that's why Walker and Cancelo were there, but they weren't doing that job out because they were pushing forward at times and we were just left the man too much. If Bernardo was in Gundogan's role, Bernardo would have been going to and from a little bit better and would have been less attacking and more defensive minded and he would have helped Rodri out. And maybe that would have stopped us going 3-1 down, but it didn't, you know. And Wilson scored the second just before half time. And at that point, I thought to myself, win for a bad game here. We needed a reaction in the second half and we didn't get one. They came out flying again. And Trippier with a free kick. We've seen him do it numerous times. I've got my FPL team. I took him out the FPL team for Koulibaly. And I knew as soon as I did that, I was going to bang in that free kick. And he did. It was a great finish. Top corner. You know, Edison isn't going to save that. So 3-1 down. And it could have been 4 or 5. That's what I'm thinking at that point. It could be 4 or 5. The team playing awful. The passes are not working. Newcastle winning every header. They're winning every second ball. But we dragged ourselves into it. It's what champions do. Haaland with a scrappy goal in the 6-yard box. You know, after I think it was Diaz and Rodri, whoever winning at the back post from across. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, we got our second, but we're still not playing particularly well. And then De Bruyne sees Bernardo making the run, plays the ball through, and Bernardo finishes past Pope 3-3. And in that moment, you had the Haaland effect because Dan Burn went with Haaland, who he thought was going to collect the ball deep. You know, he went towards De Bruyne. But the ball went past Haaland to Bernardo and goal. So even though Haaland wasn't involved in that goal, he played a massive, massive role in it. And yeah, 3-3 how it finished. And we could have won it at the end. Bernardo had a late chance about 18 yards out after a folding cross. But I think 3-3 is a fair result. And I thought after the 20-minute mark in the first half to about the 60th minute in the second half, Newcastle were a better team. They outdid us on everything. They outdid us with energy, work rate. You know, the passing was better. And they had the better chances, and we basically just kept it down to 3 at that point. Could Trippier have been sent off? I think if the red card had stayed, I don't think I could have argued about it. Yellow, I would have been angry if it was say like Walker getting sent off. I would have been said it is yellow, but it could have gone either way. So the red card for me is not really into it. But what I will say is that Walker in general, I thought he had a bad game. I thought he was our worst player in the first half. I don't think he kept up with St. Maximin. I thought he'd let him run too much. A lot of balls that were going towards St. Maximin when he would run onto it and then run at the defence. Walker was basically jogging towards him, not closing him down quick enough. And then he'd back off. And that's what led to, I think it was Almiron's goal, the first goal. Because Walker just keeps backing off. And he's the one that ends up playing Almiron onside because of how far he'd backed off from St. Maximin. He was scared of him almost. So I think that didn't work. Cancelo left back, yeah, we know his defensive problems, and there's a couple of occasions when he's given the ball away the edge of the box, trying to fancy like chip or, you know, switching the ball to the other side. he's going to do that, but going forward, he's a little bit better. And in the midfield, like I said, De Bruyne and Gundogan, because they were both pushing up, Rodri had no help. He had no one like Bernardo helping him out. And I think we struggled in the middle because of that. And I thought Newcastle midfield, and particularly Joelinton, had a really good game because they could just gang up on Rodri. In the second half, he kind of got it together. He was using his strength more. He was keeping hold of the ball more. His passing was better. But the damage was already done at that point. And out wide, Foden and Bernardo. Look, I think they're both great players. I think they're wonderful. I think they did a good job today. But Pep has to make changes, you know. I think Hal made 6 changes. He made 5 or 6. Because one of their players went off concussion, so I'm not really sure in the end. But he definitely made 5 changes. We only made 1 when Aki went off injured in the first half. And how many times did Pep said in the last few years, we need 5 subs. We need 5 subs. Every other league has 5 subs. It's daft that the Premier League doesn't have 5 subs. He's been demanding 5 subs. And then he uses 1 when you could see that Foden, Bernardo, you know, the game was run a little bit. Yeah, they were still giving everything. They were still running up and down the pitch. But he needs to make them subs. We all want to see Alvarez play, you know. Why is like people like Phillips not coming on, helping out Rodri, showing it up, you know? But he didn't do it. And I think, like I said, 3-3, fair result. I think we kind of got away with 1 today. I really do. I don't think I'm going to sit here and say we were poor. We were absolutely poor. And I think we kind of cheated it. You know, you look at other games, Leeds and Chelsea today. Leeds went and smashed Chelsea because they went at the races. The only thing we did different to Chelsea really was that we took them very few chances that we had, which shows the forwards are doing their job. But defensively, we're still vulnerable. Counter attack, we're still vulnerable at pace. And maybe Walker's day is done. I don't know. I'm going to leave that open because, you know, it's only the 3rd game of the season. I'm not going to write him off just yet, but it doesn't get, you know, it's not like the season's going to get easier for us. But we avoided defeat, and that's the important thing. We got a point. I think that's quite important. You know, just keep the points ticking along. And like I said, going away from home in Newcastle is a tough game. And when you're 3-1 down and you're 60 minutes in and you're 3-1 down, you're expecting to lose away to Newcastle. But we fought back. 2 quick fire goals. That's why we're champions. That's what the City fans were singing. And it's true. That is why we're champions. That's what we're capable of. And a lot of people will say Haaland's not game changer. Well, today, again, I think he's been brilliant. He's dropped in deep. He's linked up well. He had a beautiful hit with his right foot that fingertipped onto the post. What a great save that is. So Haaland could have had 2 or 3 today. I think he's been fantastic. And the ball, again, is not going to him. They're not putting the ball in the danger areas for him. When the crosses were coming in, they were falling to Gundogan. You know, or they're falling to Bernardo. They're just not quite falling for Haaland, but they'll get there. And when they do, he's going to be banging in goals. But he got a goal today, so we can all be happy about that. And yeah, onwards and upwards, isn't it? Like I said, if you play that poorly for that long in a game and you come out with a point and you score 3 goals still, I think you've had a decent afternoon. I think kind of doesn't feel like a win, but it feels like we should probably celebrate like a win. I mean, Newcastle celebrated like a win at the end. That shows how far they've come in, and it shows how far we've come as well, that they're celebrating a 3-3 draw with us, even though they were 3-1 up. But yeah, well played City in the end. And yeah, let me know what you think. You know, it's a poor game, wasn't it? But yeah, thanks for anyone who joined me for the watch along. Thanks for checking out this video as well. Make sure to hit the like button. If the City and Barcelona game in the midweek is on City Plus or anything, I'll do a watch along for that. If not, I believe the next game is Crystal Palace. I'll be going to it. So yeah, I won't be doing a watch along for that one, but doing match previews and all that. But like I said, make sure to hit the like button. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. There's a link this side below. Make sure to check that out. I'm trying to engage more a little bit on that and use it more. Thanks for watching, and let me know if what you think of the team today, who's had a poor game and who's had a good one. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.